Every day when a person wakes up in the morning, he says, Elokai, neshama shenatata bi Torah. Hashem, the soul that you installed in me is pure. Now, if you realize, it says Elokai. Elokai is Lashon Yechid, singular term. Hashem, my Hashem. Now, of course, we know that Hashem is everybody's Hashem. Elokim, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Of course, He's everybody's God. So why is it that we say in that tefillah, Elokai, my God, neshama shenatata bi, the soul you give me is pure? The answer is the only Hashem knows exactly what's going on in a person's life. He knows exactly where a person is holding. What is he doing with his mitzvot? What is he doing at home? What is a machshavot are? How hard is it that he's working for Hashem? Only He knows his situation. That's what we say, Elokai, my God, because everybody has their personal relationship with Hashem that nobody else knows and nobody else should know. That's what the Rambam says, that to do tshuva, there's a few steps. But one of the main steps is that you have to know that Hashem knows what goes on in our hearts, and Hashem knows what we are holding, and Hashem knows how much we do in our situations that nobody else can know. Like the Pasuk says, Hashem says, look, I put in front of you today, bracha veklala, hayom, bracha veklala, today, blessing and curses. The question is, why did it say hayom? Just say, bracha veklala, look, I put in front of you blessings and curses. You choose. You want to take the path of blessings or you want to take the path of curses. Why does it say hayom, today? So the Ben Ish Chai says, because every day a person has the opportunity to say, hayom, am I choosing bracha? Am I choosing a day of blessing? Or am I choosing a day of curses? Chas v'shalom. A person has the ability to choose. He has bechira. He has free choice to make the right choices of that day. Every day the Chida says a person wakes up in the morning and he should know that today he has a guest that will never come again. That guest is today. Every day is an opportunity that will never come back. And like the books always tell us, the biggest cheater is time, because we're always wasting time on so many things that are not going to last forever. And time just keeps on flying by, and we're never, ever, ever going to be able to get that second and that minute back. If you think about it, the whole world is fighting over money. The whole world is fighting over land, property, jobs, respect, kavod. Everybody's running after something that's not going to last forever. It's always going to be limited, because eventually every business closes down, because every person eventually leaves this world. There's one thing that a person takes into Shemaim, and that is time. Did you utilize the time that Hashem gave you while you're alive? Did you go with it to the next level? Did you utilize it the way you're supposed to, and the way Hashem expects from you? Unfortunately, a person every day that goes by can chas v'shalom waste his time, and he can never get that time back, even though maybe he got some more property, some more money, some more respect, a better job. But the time that he spent, that he shouldn't have been wasting on these things, he can never get back. And Hashem wanted him to utilize that time. The Zohar Kadosh says that when a person passes away, you know, when you go to let's say you go to the graveyard, it says this person lived 50 years, this person lived 105 years. Really, says the Zohar, that the days that he utilized are the days that he lived. The days that he didn't utilize are not the days that he lived. So let's say a person kept 50 years worth of days for Torah mitzvot, but the rest of the year is not, so really he is 50 years old. Or let's say a person is 100 years or 20 years worth of the days that he used and he utilized. Those are the days that he is alive, because those are the days that shows really what age he is to take with him to the next world. And like the Zohar says, in Shemayim after 120, every day is going to come and be a witness to say what you did that day. Like the Gemara tells us that the walls of the house are going to be the witnesses to tell us whether we did good or bad that day. And like the Mishnah Pirkei Avot says, Tistaker b'shlosha dvarim, look at three things, and a person knows he's not going to do a chet. Me'en bata, לאן אתה הולך, ולפני מי אתה נותן דין וחשבון. Know where you came from, know where you're going, and know who you're about to give din v'cheshbon from. When a person recognizes that Hashem is really in front of us, and a person has really yirat shamayim, a person is not going to sin. Everything starts from a lack of having fear of Hashem. Everything starts from a lack of not truly believing in Hashem. Because if a person really believed in Hashem, there's no way he will sin as much as he sins. Like Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai told his Talmidim on his deathbed, they asked him, Rebbe, teach us one lesson before you go to the next world. So Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai and the Gemara told them, may you merit to fear Hashem the way you fear basar v'dam, flesh and blood. Why? Because when a person fears Hashem the way he fears if somebody was in the room or if somebody is watching him, there's no way he would be sinning. It's because Unfortunately, we don't realize that Hashem is literally in front of us and it's not exaggerated. Like the biggest tzaddikim said in their early years, they always worked upon Yirat Shamayim. How did they do that? A lot of them wrote in a card, Shiviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. Hashem is always in front of me. They always worked in it. Every minute, every few minutes, they always looked at the card to remind them Hashem is in front of me. Hashem is, if a person every day, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, will take upon himself just quiet time, close your phone, go to your room and just think Hashem is really here. Hashem is really here, and we have to make Kadeshim Shemayim. We have to do as much mitzvot as we could. Those 5 minutes a day, those 10 minutes a day can change a person's life because he's going to recognize how much opportunity he has, how Hashem is really here, and how Hashem really loves him and really watches him. You know, we always say Hashem loves us. What does he mean Hashem loves us? The answer is that even though a person sins, because we're human beings, we're Basar Adam, even though a person could go down and down in spirituality, Hashem still awaits for him to come. And he gives him another day and another day and another day. That shows how much Hashem loves us. Because if Hashem chas v'shalom didn't like us, he would have taken us away chas v'shalom after one sin. Like the Gemara says, every time a person sins, the teva is, the nature is that it can never be erased. Comes this miracle called teshuvah, repenting, and it comes and it erases nature. And it compares it to Kiryat Yam Suf when the sea was split. Just like water goes in one direction and no way can the water split, can the sea split like this, and the Jews could go through, so too, says the Gemara in Yerushalmi, every time a person chas v'shalom does a sin, there is no way it could be taken away. Becomes this power, this miracle called teshuvah, that Hashem kicks in and Hashem helps a person to get out of the situation he's in when he sees that the person truly, truly cares. And only Hashem knows exactly where a person is holding and how hard it is. That's why we can never, ever judge any Jew, because we never know the situation. Just last week, I was walking in the supermarket for Shabbat, and I saw a friend of mine. He was smiling with his son, shopping. Now, I know this person, unfortunately, Tzareno Av, lost his son a long, long, long time ago. So really, a person watching from the outside who doesn't know this guy, doesn't know his situation, doesn't know his history, you can say, oh, this guy has such a good life. Look at him. He's joking with his son. He's shopping. They're laughing. But the guy who knows the inside story, the person who knows really what went on, knows how to look at a different eye and say, miskin, this guy, what a tzaddik he is, such a bal yisuim, so much pain. He lost his son, lo aleinu. Look at him. He's still happy. A person never knows what goes on in a friend's mind or his friend's heart. Nobody knows what's going on in the house. You can never, ever judge. Every Jew has a chazakah that he's a good Jew. Like we say, in America, we know the law is guilty to proven innocent. In Judaism, Rabbatai, it's not like that. Every Jew is innocent to prove it guilty. Who are we to judge and say this guy is guilty? You're not Hashem and you're not a judge. You can't do that. And besides, a person should, like the Rambam says, a person should always look at himself before he looks at his friend. Before you start judging a friend, say to yourself, am I any better? Am my situation, the situation that I grew in, I could have been much better. Could be these guys smarter than me. Could be this guy did more mitzvot than me. How do you know? Why are we even judging in the first place? When we stop judging other people, when we look at people with the ayin yafah and always saying good words and compliments, Hashem is going to give us some more sichut and more chances because of tshuva. Just like Hashem wants us to come back to Him, every person should want every Jew to come back and be shomer Torah mitzvot, have a love for every Jew. When you get up and you speak, of course you should speak about any topics you want, Yirat Shamayim, Yirat Chet, you want to speak about Gehenom, you want to speak about Eden, but everything has to be out of love. The last thing we need is a person to get up and speak and give people musar over their heads with that love, with the hatred in his eyes. Every person has to give over Torah with love because he cares for another Jew, because it really hurts him and pains him to see other Jews not going in the derech of Hashem the way they technically are supposed to, even though it's hard. Everything has to be out of ahava. The Sfarim tell us one of the best ways to be chozeh b'tshuva is to remind ourselves of the Yom HaMitah, that the day that we're all going to go to Olam Haba. Now, when people hear about this Yom HaMitah, a lot of people get depressed. The question is, why do they get depressed? Why don't people want to hear this fear that one day they're going to go to Olam Haba? The Gemara tells us, Adarabah, when a person hears that he's going to go to the next world, while he's alive in this world, it should give him motivation to start serving Hashem, because the fact that he's alive shows that Hashem wants him to come back to Him, shows that Hashem gives him the chance now. So speak about Yom HaMitah should not give us chas v'shalom to the downfall and be depressed. Adarabah should make us smile to know now we're alive. Let's utilize the time that we have. How awesome it is to be alive and serve Hashem. How awesome it is to be a Jew, and especially a religious Jew. Like the Dubna Maggid said, Imagine in Shemaim, Hashem goes one day to all the niftarim, all the dead souls in Shemaim, and Hashem goes, Rabotai, today is Black Friday. Everybody can come back to this world for 24 hours, and you have to come right back. All the neshamot are going to come running to this world. What do you think these neshamot already left this world would do when they come to this world? Do you think they're going to go shopping? Do you think they're going to watch movies? Do you think they're going to go after politics? Do you think they're going to run after money? Don't be offended. They're not even going to run after family. The men are going to sit and learn Torah. The nashim are going to daven and do mitzvot asim tovim. Why? Because once they hit the next world, they know that this world is so special. There's so much opportunity time. There's so much things to do. And if the time splits through his hands and a person doesn't utilize it, oh, Elenu, it's going to be so embarrassing in the next world. So whoever is alive in this world, try to learn Torah as much as you could. The women, daven for other people. Be proud that you're a Jew. Be happy every day they wake up in the morning, every time a child smiles. Say, Baruch Hashem, think it, the child is smiling. Every time you're able to pay your bills, every time the food is good, every time you can go to daven and learn Torah, say, thank you Hashem for giving me the zchut to learn Torah. Utilize your life ad 120 shana. Thank you so much.